So we have an assembly, but let's say we want to implement some off-the-shelf parts. Maybe from McMaster-Carr, there's some chair wheels and bolts and things that we want to get in a step file and implement into the assembly. Let's go through examples of that now. So we have our chair, and maybe we want to think about implementing some third-party models, like models from McMaster-Carr. How do we import other formats and use them in our assembly? Here I am on the McMaster-Carr website, mcmaster.com, and what we'll do is look up a part that I think will be really great for the design that we've made. I'll go with part number 92240A245. And here it finds us our bolt, so I'll go to this product detail here. And of course it gives us a lot of specifications about the bolt. We can drop down and see the formats that we can bring in. We have IGES, 3D PDF, SAT, SolidWorks, and STEP with no threads. We can import actually the IGES, SAT, SolidWorks, and STEP with no threads all into Alibre. And I actually think SAT is probably the best choice in most cases, even though STEP will be the most common. Let's give an SAT file a try on this one, so I'll click Download. So returning to my office chair model, I want to import the design that I just downloaded. So I'm going to click on Insert Design, and I can select the model that I have just saved. When we do, an Import File Options menu comes up. I always recommend Stitch to Solid and Heal and Make Tolerant as best practices for importing other formats. This is again in the SAT format. So with these two options selected, I will click OK. And here, if I highlight in my tree, I can see that the part was imported right on the origin and is currently sitting right in the middle of my part. So what I'll do is I'll choose Component Placement right here. I'll go with Precise Placement, and I want to move it down the y-axis, say distance of 10, and I'll go to Selected Components and choose my bolt, and we'll apply that. So now we're able to move it out of the way, and that's our bolt. And now with this bolt, we can add a mate and say I would like to highlight this face and align it with, say, this hole. We can apply. I'll take this face and align it with this surface so we can see how the bolt goes right in. Now you may want to, if you're detail oriented, add washers or anything else that your assembly may need. So do I have to go through that whole process of re-importing a part when I'm all done? No, if I want to have more than one, I also have the option to hold the Control key, click on my bolt, and hold my left mouse button down and drag it. Then I let my mouse button up, and then I let go of Control. And so I can duplicate parts quite easily with this method. So I can say I want to be aligned there and apply. I can say I want this face to be aligned with this face, and so on. I also, like we've done in a previous video, can mirror components. So before I do so, I'll just focus on populating some of these holes as well. Constraint, concentric, apply. We'll choose this face for the bolt to go in there and apply. Same thing, just by holding Control, I can duplicate that part. We'll make sure that we're concentric there and there. Apply. Again, put a bolt in there, apply, make sure the bolt is sitting flush, apply, from there to there, apply, apply. Now I can choose mirror if I want to save a little bit of time, and I can choose my central mirroring plane. And I can choose this part, but there's a problem. I get this unsaved parts dialog. And so what the solution is to save the assembly. And now if I go to mirror, I can select my mirror plane once again, my parts to mirror, and there we go. So that's one contingency with mirroring parts. We just want to have all the documents saved. And then I'll also include these bolts over here. So we are assembled there. Let's also talk about office chair wheels. If I go back to McMaster-Carr now, I'll say maybe I want an office chair wheel number 22575T14. And there's my caster wheel. That might be a great fit. And we did an SAT last time. Let's go with a step file this time and download. Going back to the assembly, I can insert my design. And like the SAT file, as before, we can heal and make tolerant and say OK. And as before, I think our wheel has shown up right in the middle of our part, but we can drag this down. So I can add a constraint here and here and apply that. And I can say that this face, maybe one to stop it here, just like that, and close. Next, as before, we did some mirroring, but let's do a circular pattern now. And of course, we can pattern these entire components. I select the component to pattern, and then I choose a center axis. This one will do. I can say I want 5 instances, but of course it doesn't line up with our 5 chair arms because just like in a future pattern, we'll want to specify evenly spaced here. And then we'll say OK. And we have chair wheels for the office chair. Lastly, we can go to McMaster-Carr and hunt down the right bolt here. I think McMaster part number 91251A463 would be a great bolt for that. And back to product detail. We've done an SAT, we've done a step. I'll do a SolidWorks file. Returning to the model, let's add that bolt. So I'm going to go with Insert Design, and you'll see only step files are showing up. Where was that solid part file that we wanted to save? Well, let's cancel. Let's go to File, Open, and here in the same menu, here's our solid part file that we've downloaded. So it's important to say when we import into assemblies, a solid part file will not directly import into an assembly, so instead we'll open it as a part, we'll save it, and notice the save format for the solid part now is the Alibre file format. And so we save that, we go back to our assembly, and there's our Alibre part that we can import. So a little conversion may be necessary. I'll actually get rid of 2 of my bolts. And we'll go with constraint. We'll select this face. And of course, we need to flip this around the other direction. Just like that. We'll apply that. We'll have this face. And this face be coincident. And apply that. Then I can do the same here. I can have this face and this face be coincident. And lastly, mirror. Just like that, we were able to complete our seat assembly. Just as we've imported bolts that don't have threads to reduce the complexity, several things in this assembly have also been omitted to reduce complexity. This is an invitation for you to use the skills you've learned thus far to make an even better chair model than we've made on your own. And that's how we implement step files in the assembly. Tune in because we're going to do some more stuff in the next video.